So LeBlanc here, no surprise. SK Gaming tried to play her, but it didn't work for them. Jessis didn't perform on LeBlanc, so now they want to band away, make sure Pekka can't actually take it and shut down Jessis early game here. And then Nidalee, it's a must ban in my opinion against SK Gaming because he loves to play it and he's actually very good at playing Nidalee.
At least being banned out by SK Gaming. Final one for Fnatic. Is Pantheon going to get through? And if so, will SK go for it? It is a Kha'Zix ban.
They should.
Evelynn
or Pantheon.
Well,
Evelynn or Pantheon.
That is the opportunity, and there is the Evelynn.
So actually, they ban away 2 junglers. A little bit surprising against Cyanide, but obviously they must feel they can hit his champion pool. First pick Evelynn, then force him now on to something like Pantheon or Wukong. I don't think Fnatic actually minds, because now a lot of picks open for them. Gragas banned away in the last game. Is open. Locked in already.
Locked in already, along with the Lucian, and like you said, banned away by Alliance, but this time around, Pekka is going to be on that one. It's a champion he really feels comfortable on, it seems like, as do many players.
Of course, I mean, Gragas is just very safe throughout the entire game. You can always get farm. As Froggen actually said at Intel Extreme Masters, a good Gragas can always go even in farm. It doesn't even matter about the matchup. A good Gragas can always go even in farm. Pekka, he's a very good Gragas. So for him here, very safe pick. And for Fnatic instantly with Lucian and Gragas, good wave clear, good siege potential, and very safe laners here. So they're actually getting a very good start.
The bot lane being locked in actually is going to be rated on Karma and Candy Panda on Jinx this time around. So taking the Jinx away from Reckless.
But look at this, high mobility. Evelynn, speed up herself, slow down the enemy team. Karma can do the same, speed up the team. Jinx, get the first kill here, get someone down, proc her passive. She's now very fast, can also slow down people. So all these 3 characters here speed up themselves, slow down the enemy. So a lot of mobility already for SK Gaming.
Now a Fnatic in a counter. What will they go with here? Are they going to pick that support? We've seen some great stuff out from Yellowstar in the past. Played Leona up against Alliance earlier on today. Pantheon may get picked in, and there is maybe the Leona for Yellowstar.
Yeah, Leona here would be a perfect pick simply because SK Gaming, or what Fnatic needs to shut them down is CC. They need to just lock them down, otherwise they can kite them around in these team fights. So Leona paired up with a Pantheon, a lot of hard engage here, so it doesn't even matter how mobile SK is. If the stun lands from Yellowstar and then Pantheon jumps down, you will get to these targets. The only downside about Pantheon here, it's very hard for him to set something up by himself because the entire team can speed up when he tries to man drop down on their face and they can get out of it.
Good disengage again if Trundle gets locked in here for the top lane for Freddy, along with the Ziggs, which we haven't seen actually for a few weeks now. Is going to be selected for Jessis.
So the only champion without any movement speed buffs is Ziggs. Everyone else here provide extra mobility, so the SK lineup can just run around this entire map very, very fast. Should be able to out-rotate Fnatic. However, the wave clear on Fnatic side and also the engage on Fnatic side is very, very strong. So once they actually find SK Gaming, they can start the fights.
More importantly, they got the explosive pack and speed boost off that.
Well,
launch yourself. Explosive pack versus explosive cask as well in that mid lane. This could be fun to cast.
explosive pack.
Explosive pack.
Is it called a satchel?
Satchel, pack, satchel, same thing. It gets thrown on the floor.
You're the play-by-play
It's a little backpack, man. That's what it is.
It's fine. Backpack.
Anyway, we are waiting for the final choice. It's going to be Shyvana. I thought it was going to be a Kali, a little rotating through. I thought we were going to see some excitement coming out of Soaz. He looks excited himself about this pick. He loves picking that Shyvana, clearly.
Well, again, the lineup here for Fnatic. Shyvana Trundle, it's actually a matchup we've seen quite a few times. Normally they go fairly even in laning phase, and then getting out of the laning phase, you have this Shyvana can split push against Trundle, but Trundle is bringing a teleport, also with the ultimate to get some of the tanky stats from Shyvana here, so teamfight wise, both of them are very, very tanky. Both actually going to bring teleport. Very popular summer spell now after the buffs here in 4.4, of course. The rest of the lineups, late game wise from SK, it's very, very scary, but Fnatic's are not bad. It's just the Pantheon who's not going to scale into late game as well as the SK Gaming lineup here with Ziggs. Good wave clear, Karma, good wave clear. Same goes over for Fnatic side, Gragas, Lucian. Both these lineups are very, very good, very well-rounded. We just see a lot of focus on straight up CC and Fnatic, and a lot of mobility on SK.
We'll see how this one works out. The picks and bans are finished, so let's check to see how this match is going to play out according to you guys at home on LOL Esports. With 76% of you have voted for believe Fnatic will be coming away with a win. No surprise there.
No surprise, and after their win against Alliance, I mean, Fnatic is back. That's how it is. they are performing really well. Beat out Alliance here in teamfight, teaming with a composition worse than Alliance one. That really shows how strong you are.
Well, for SK Gaming had a charge up the standings, managed to get that top spot, but since then have started to falter, just like Roccat did, just like Fnatic did. Everybody that gets that top spot, it's a poison chalice, and Alliance have already discovered that. Fnatic there are right now the #1 team. Can SK knock them off that perch?
Well, what I like about SK here is actually the fact that they tried out some new picks the last few weeks. It didn't work for them. They've decided to go back to everything that worked. No more assassins in the mid lane. No more Kha'Zix or Fiddlesticks for Svenskeren in the jungle. Take the things that worked for us beforehand, stick to them. And that's actually, it worked for them against Gambit last week.
Yeah, I felt like we're trying to bring too much newness to the team. I mean, they've got to keep teams guessing so they don't go stagnant, so they can't get banned out. But they were bringing multiple different changes to the team, and generally, when you change a number of variables, it tends to backfire on you. Svenskeren's going to get a peek towards Cyanide. He sees him in there. Jesus gets a bomb on towards Yellowstar as well, just actually a passive.
And coming into teamfights here, for Fnatic, they need Yellowstar to land his ultimate every single time they want to engage. Otherwise, this SK team can just back off, kite around. Ziggs, of course, throwing bombs at you, slowing you down. It's going to be so annoying to deal with, unless Fnatic can actually land to engage CC.
At the moment, we have different positions. I'm wondering whether we're going to see Peke maybe going towards that bottom lane like he has done before on Gragas, whether it's going to be a rotation, whether we're going to see the two duo laners, because at the moment, look at the map, you can see Reckless is in that mid lane.
Well, matchup-wise, both of them should be fairly happy actually getting standard, just 1v1 in the mid lane. I mean, Peke, of course, Gragas versus Ziggs, sorry. Ziggs is going to put a lot of poke down to him, but Gragas will be able to farm. So the matchup-wise shouldn't be an issue here for Fnatic. Bot lane, Yellowstar will take a lot of poke, but you have Jinx, who's not very mobile, so he can actually get onto him and force a gank with Pantheon.
Are they going to try and jump something here? SK Gaming going to go for a late invade, it seems, but they're going to get spotted out. There's the barrel rolling through, and SK realize they're actually trapped now. Are they going to have to run through Reckless? I'm not sure Reckless really wants this one either. The three members of SK coming towards him. They're going to ward this one out. They are very much trapped, but Peke has backed away from this one. They're simply just going to chase them around, and SK will back out of this one. Not going to try and go for the advantage.
But very good level 1, again by Fnatic here. They are delaying Svenskeren now. He's have to go all the way down to his own blue buff. He's actually going to do it alone. Meanwhile, Pantheon just started his own blue buff here, picked it up, already level 2, so he's getting ahead now. Yes, okay, they get this 2v2, which SK would be happy with, simply due to having Karma against Yellowstar here. But let's see what happens when Sana decides to join him, because he started blue buff. So he's going to clear it all the way up here and will be able to gank. However, there's actually a ward from SK, so should be able to spot him out.
Yeah, deep ward that was placed early on. So, it seems the lanes are going to be paired this way. We saw Cyanide getting that blue buff early on. Svenskeren has got the blue buff of his own. They're both heading towards their own red. Cyanide already starting it, of course, because he does have that speed advantage because it was taken away early on. There's a ping on him. They know the exact position, and I wonder if that's going to maybe try and create a play, or whether SK is simply saying, be wary, Pantheon is nearby.
It means for SK they want to shove out this lane as fast as possible and then just back off. They don't want to risk staying around the turret of Fnatic because they know Cyanide is nearby with this double wall. The ward is gone now. It's only 1 minute, so they don't actually know where he's moving, and that's why you see them do like this. Shove out the wave, moving down here, making sure Cyanide is not nearby.
Yeah, that's why unrated, you can see him just waiting, delaying around that tri-bush, making sure he doesn't get snuck around behind him from Cyanide. They're making sure they keep full vision and he doesn't come and loop around. Svenskeren, in the meantime, he's looking at looping around because they know that he's off in towards that top area of the map somewhere. He's going to try and steal those wolves away.
Should actually be able to get them fairly easily, keeping also a ward so you can see next time when Cyanide runs around. So SK Gaming doing a good job early on, getting some vision on Pantheon. And Cyanide, of course, we also know how strong Pantheon is in the early levels, how strong the first ganks are, so that's why they make sure they know where he is, and now they're going to spot him coming over to the wolf camp.
Great trade from Jesus there, putting pressure back on towards him, making use of that passive, of course, keeping the short views on Peke, keeping those basic attacks poking back towards him, but, well, Peke rolled out the barrel and caught him straight away, so it kind of equalizes everything.
And yeah, okay, Peke might be taking the damage, but he's actually getting ahead in CS early on, so he's farming really well. Jesus is putting a lot of focus on hitting him, missing a few CS here, still fairly even. It's good enough for both. However, Ziggs is the lane bully here and should actually be the one putting most damage onto Peke.
Well, let's take a look down the bottom lane. We don't get to see a lot of these. They're going to be a rather passive farming session. Soaz and Freddy down that bottom. They are obviously going to be fairly even this time around. No Renekton, no big advantage gained by anyone. And Freddy actually keeping that poke going.
Yeah, but generally speaking, if you want to talk about the bot lane here, the top lane down in the bot lane, is Trundle will be able to do a bit more damage onto Shyvana early. She needs a few levels before she can really start fighting back, but as long as he's keeping up in farm, it's fine. Now, both junglers coming towards this top lane. Svensson will spot out Cyanide.
He's going to walk straight in towards him, and actually Cyanide's going to get the advantage, gets the pounce on him, gets the stun down, will get another spear off, and Svensson taking very low from that one. The shield from Enrated happened to be enough, and actually going to force SK to step away a little. Nice work from Cyanide.
Yeah, good work by Cyanide here, but also SK avoids the gank because Svensson was there. Actually goes for Fnatic too, avoids the gank from Svensson. So both junglers backing off for now.
So we do get to look at this bottom lane eventually, and Freddy is putting that poke back on towards Soaz, but of course it was the top lane that was getting focused down there. So Freddy is going to get that farm going. It's a pretty even one here. We're going to see whether he goes with that standard Doran's Blade, triple Doran's Blade that Freddy always goes towards, or whether Soaz is going to cause him to change here. Soaz is going to get some last hits of his own.
And well, Freddy, he wants to get Blade of the Rune King if he wants to continue split pushing here against Shyvana. We can see if Soaz decides to go Tiamat, decides to go Blade of the Rune King by himself, or just full tank to try and prevent some of it. But look here in the mid lane, a lot of poke onto Pekka, so Jess is doing a good job, and who's nearby?
Svensson fancies this one. He's just got bullied. There's a big minion wave about to push in here. He can't give it too far away. Yellowstar's going to try and trap around. That's only Blade threading the needle, maybe. I'm not too sure. It was more like going for a field goal, I think, instead. He does manage to put it either side of them. In that mid line, Peke is still low. Svensson just took away the wolves, so he's still waiting around.
But actually, Peke hit level 6 just when Svensson was about to go for the gang, and then he decided to back off. Didn't want to risk going against Peke here with the ultimate when he didn't actually feel confident enough. He wasn't level 6 himself to go in and get the kill.
So Peke is going to back away, or is he? No, he's been stopped. He was about to back away and got caught a balloon, I believe, there from the water park Ziggs. I'm not so sure the exact name of it, but he's throwing out those rubber duckies and water balloons. Jesus has managed to recover his farm.
Isn't it just pool party Ziggs?
Pool party, yeah.
Water park Ziggs.
Well, I'm not too sure really. I don't focus on the probably what do we got? 1,500, 1,000 skin, 2,000 skins maybe. I don't really focus on them too much. We don't get to see the load screens anymore. That's what we used to get the names down on them. Instead, don't worry, it is pool party Ziggs, and there is a gigantic water balloon being used to farm out the wave.
Yes. And looking at the map here, once again SK Gaming are keeping some great vision control in here. You see a ward up at the Wraiths, and also there was a ward at the blue buff, picking out Cyanide once again. And they should also be able to spot if he gets level 6, so they can start being careful now, because level 6 Pantheon, in a lane with Leona, and you have Jinx. It's a very easy gang for him to set up, land a CC onto Jinx, and then man drop into her face.
Okay, basically demanding the blue buff there. Belly slams across. Cyanide, start this. I need mana. I need something now. And Cyanide, ever the wingman, is going to provide it as well. So Peke losing out a little bit here to Jesus. Not surprised, as you mentioned earlier on. Jesus probably is going to bully him out a bit with that Ziggs. Hasn't pressured him too much though.
No, again, Pega's been doing a good job getting some farm here early on, and now with the chalice, some magic resist, he should be fine in the lane. But Svensson actually, again, due to the good vision control, spotting Cyanide all the way over the blue buff, he walked up, and now he's going to duel him.
He's going to try and take him on. Remember, he has got the red buff, so he's going to give the advantage to Svensson, which is why he fancies this one. Getting a lot of damage on Cyanide there, forces the flash out of him as well.
And you see a big difference here in champions. Ultimate onto Evelynn, you can use it in your duel. Ultimate onto Pantheon, absolutely useless in a duel. You needed to set up ganks here. So Svensson, very good job forcing him back. But still, he doesn't even need the red buff on Pantheon to actually set up ganks now with the ultimate.
Well, it's just more being used as that slowdown, and as the ultimate does as well. Jesus, of course, had just used that Mega Inferno bomb, which is why it wasn't available to try and mop up that fight. Instead, he's going to get that blue buff, keep that cooldown running, and try and fight off Peke, who's actually pushed out that mid lane pretty well and looking to rotate himself towards the top lane. There's no vision wards here to give him coverage. He was peeking towards that blue buff. He may look to go for a kill.
Yeah, no vision simply due to the fact there's so many deep wards from SK. But now, going in here, Pantheon is nearby too. He can man drop in.
He's going to go for it. Candy Panda's really deep on this one. Zenith Blade not going to catch him. Flashes away from both of them. Peke comes around the side. Explosive Grasp will be used, but it doesn't do enough damage. The rest of the team just trying to push the wave up. It was a pretty failed gang. Or is it? No, he gets the Ignite down. Candy Panda's going to drop. He's going to turn his attention back on towards Enraging. That is first blood. Mega Inferno Bomb thrown towards the top area, towards the tower. So that's going to clear out the tower and stop Fnatic pushing it so far.
Yeah, there's a long time till the wave is actually coming down here, so they won't be able to push the turret for now. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Jess is getting a lot of damage onto this mid turret.
Peke is going to come back around. He's going to try and start it off. SK Gaming going to try and create an advantage off the fact that there was 4 members in that top. There's the explosive pack. Satchel being thrown out there. But Soaz is going to come around. He's going to try and interrupt the party. He's going to cause a lot of damage. If Peke can come back down here, he's going to get stopped off instead. And there is the smite. And look at Fnatic. They're laying in wait.
Yeah, they want SK to think they just recall, that's why they're not pushing the turret. But look here, Enraged, he's going to be the target.
Solar Flare goes down, Zenith Blade locks up, Candy Panda goes down for a second time, and now Enraged gets focused on. A lot of tower damage on Yellowstar, but he should be safe from that one. And it's a double for Fnatic.
The Fnatic mind games here. SK Gaming was saying they recalled after the fight, that's why they're not taking out turret, and just walk straight by the bush. No wards put in, nothing. 2 kills, and Fnatic with the beautiful mind games.
Very well played. We asked you guys last week about those LCS mind games. There they were in action from the team that does it best in the LCS, Fnatic. Soaz putting pressure back on Freddy now. It seems that the tables are turning here. Fancies this one. Freddy quickly putting that ultimate down of his own. Subjugate on towards him, stealing away some of those stats. But Soaz wasn't in Dragon form, so he didn't get a great deal.
And now Soaz actually also gone for Cutlass here, so he's going to have more dual potential against Freddy, who's gone straight for tank early on. So nice play by Soaz here, picking up some farm, still slightly behind Freddy, but that is expected a little bit. Shyvana though, going into late game, especially if he completes the Blade of the Rune King before Freddy, he's going to be very, very strong in these 1v1s.
Chalice picked up, the Athene's and Holy Grail rather by Jezzers. I think that's going to get bluted. Yes, it will. Peke just picked that one up his own. Pink ward being placed. We'll see how long that stays there. We've had some long records for these pink wards, but at the moment I think Jezzers no problem clearing this wave. Peke had gone back. Still only the basic boots for both.
And here, bot lane from SK Gaming, 0 summoners. Leona with ultimate, Pantheon with ultimate. It's a very deadly combo here, and SK Gaming, if they move too far up the lane, they're just gonna get destroyed by the gang. That's actually why they recalled and wanna go down to this bot lane. They don't wanna deal with this Leona Pantheon combo. And it's actually a combo they play themselves very, very often, just with Annie instead of Leona.
Well, they're gonna try and create some pressure on the bot lane on Soaz perhaps. Soaz himself has got that. Oh, hello. Svenskeren go for the pink ward, and Cyanide not happy. He's going to pounce on him. He's going to put some damage down. Peke is going to come back in support. There's the Mega Inferno Bomb. He gets the kill back on towards him. Good return fight from SK.
Very good return fight here. Cyanide again a little bit too over-aggressive. Pantheon is not the greatest when it comes to straight-up duels. We saw it earlier as well from Svenskeren. This means now he can actually go on to Soaz down here.
4-man dive on towards Soaz. They're going to get the slowdown on towards him. He's pinned on the tower. It should be enough. Candy Panda comes in. Oh, scumbag Freddy takes the kill.
But still, kills for SK Gaming now, using the fact that Cyanide was dead. Rotate down bottom here. They will get a lot of damage. They might even be able to take it just with these 2 members. Quickly clearing out the wave. Up in top lane, Freddy teleport instantly to defend the turret.
Good counter play here. Freddy, though, in this top lane is going to get dived on maybe. Yellowstar coming around. They've got a minion wave. They just want to put pressure on the tower. Yellowstar's going to go for it. He feels he can tank this one up. Solar Flare goes down. They have got the damage, it seems. Pillar of Ice. Will it be enough to slow down Yellowstar? No. Another turret hit is all that's needed. The minions might do enough, though. The cannon, the siege minion. Can he take him down? No. Gets covered up. Svenskeren comes in, gets himself the kill. And now Rektor's running for his life. He's going to have to dash away from this one. Svenskeren can't follow. No flash.
And Fnatic actually knew there was no ultimate. Peke now onto Jesse.
Explosive cast win towards explosive satchel. Jesse using the barrier bait on towards Peke. One more hit should do it. There it is. What? The barrel will not go off because Peke is dead.
And Peke was so low when he actually started the fight here, but he just went straight onto Jesse. He stayed, popped the barrier, took the fight, didn't even have his ultimate and still won.
Quick play, turning around here. Fnatic and SK stepping up the pace, and Svenskeren back in place. The second the red buff respawned, Cyanide sat there, but I'm not too sure he wants his fight this time around.
Cyanide can try and smite it, but if he goes 1v1, he will lose it big time. And SK Gaming now actually taking mid turrets because Pekka was dead.
Steaming through that mid lane, honestly, and Rated using that speed buff to get out of there, and quick advantages. SK Gaming now 3-0 up in turrets over Fnatic.
Yeah, so what we just saw here, Fnatic being ahead, trying to set up some fights, Pekka going 1v1 against Jesse, Cyanide jumping onto Svensken, losing the 1v1s, being greedy actually, being too aggressive, and SK Gaming instantly just responds, takes the turrets here, gets the kills they want, especially down in the bot lane when Svensken just moved down and dived onto them. Freddy, yes, he died up in the top lane, but at least he defended the turret.
Yeah, I mean, they set up that mind game play, but they didn't take the turret with
them. They didn't actually take it,
the objective, and they keep backing away, and SK meanwhile have just rotated round and took everything. I expect to see that top lane turret. Pekka in trouble here. Has to use that belly dash, try and get away from it. It's actually going to land a nice barrel on towards Svensson, who's got himself a double buff.
Yeah, and he's level 10. The same as actually Pekka in the mid lane, who's slightly behind GSS here. So SK Gaming, very, very strong, ahead in XP as well, also due to all the objectives.
First turret of the game picked up by Fnatic, but look down the bottom, the whole of SK are rotating round in this one. Soaz is not a happy camper right now. He's got 4 members of SK all coming into his field, and well, he's not going to be able to keep them away. Pekka is going around. That explosive gas is not, it is available. Here comes Cyanide, they're going to pounce for it. Solar Flare, but they are just going to back away. Center play is not really what you want, Yellowstar. You do not want this fight. Back away.
And look at this combo here from SK. As soon as they see the man drop, they just back out every one of them. The ultimate from Yellowstar hits absolutely nothing, so Fnatic, they can engage on it, or can they?
Pekka tried to throw the ultimate out there, tried to bounce them in towards the tower, but SK was so fast at backing away there, managing to disengage, and now they're going to maybe turn the tables, put pressure onto Fnatic.
They can stay and push here because there's no ultimate on Cyanide, no ultimate on Pekka, no ultimate on Yellowstar, so the engages from Fnatic are gone. They actually need SK to move too close and then try and punish them.
They've used that Pillar of Ice to separate Pekka. He's got nowhere to run here, but the rest of SK didn't rotate around. Soaz going to try and sneak around. He's got his ultimate available. Everyone from Fnatic is now fully healed. Yellowstar goes deep. There's Soaz pouncing in towards it, and Rated taken low. We do see Jesus getting the kill on Yellowstar. That's a double kill for Jesus. They're turning this fight on its head. Pekka goes down. Freddy's going to pick that one up, and Fnatic, after a great little setup gank, just get annihilated by the 6 bombs.
We see the kiting potential of SK Gaming's combo, and we also see how important the engage ultimates from Fnatic are here. Yes, they got around, they flanked them from the backside, but they didn't lock anyone down. That simply meant that SK could continue moving backwards. Cyanide and Reckless could barely even join the fight because SK, no CC onto them, so they just kept moving backwards, got the kills they wanted here. Good use of that combo, and Fnatic tried to set something up. Look at here, this is the only CC onto Candy Panda, and that's it. Look at here how SK are now gonna move backwards, up in the top of your screen. Pekka is trying to join in. Reckless and Cyanide are not even in the picture at the moment. Reckless will actually join in and pick 1 kill onto Jessis, but simply due to them kiting backwards here, using the combo beautifully by SK.
Solar Flare used by Yellowstar to try and slow this one down, but SK quickly reacted to this mid lane. He's taken a lot of pressure. Their bombs will be back up. There's the bouncing ball rattling through. Jesus gets himself another. It's a 4th kill in a row for him.
Fnatic tried to respond by pushing down, actually got the mid turret, but gave up a kill here, so worth it for them. Get some objective goals here, and only losing the support.
So, SK turning the fight in the hands of Fnatic. It looked like it was a great advantage early on for Fnatic, but SK really have turned the screws in this game. They built themselves up that 3,000 gold lead. Pekka pushing his bottom turret. We are going to see Candy Panda reacting to it, but he's going to get there in time. They may try and collapse. Look at Jez's. And then Rated, they're caught out of position.
They have full vision of Fnatic, they already spotted him, so they should be able to back out. Oh, what? The man drop!
Man drop coming in, it's not going to quite land. Oh, they do lock up Jesus, that's what they need. That's going to be a gold, and it's going to be Pekka that claims the bounty.
So they just stayed a little bit too far up. They actually spotted Fnatic closing in on them here, but due to the great use of Grand Skyfall from Cyanide here, and also Soaz coming in, I believe it was, they actually locked him down and get a kill.
Svensko and looking, hunting. Pink ward was cleared out. Maybe trying to create a play. Pekka is going to get himself the blue buff, and SK have to try and slow things down a little bit. That top lane tower has taken some pressure from Freddy, remember, but it seems the bottom lane, it's going to be Fnatic that will get themselves their 3rd turret of the game, evening things up with SK.
6 kills onto Fnatic, 4 of them is sitting on Reckless at the moment. He's gonna be the same kind of Lucian he was in the first game of the day for Fnatic here, where he, the same Lucian, but the same AD carry, where late game wise, he's gonna be able to do so much for Fnatic.
We have a pause, ladies and gentlemen. Not too sure what it is. Looks like it is with SK. It's Candy Panda. Looks like it's a client restart. Not too sure. It's Candy Panda or N-rated. It is Candy Panda. They're just restarting his client. He'll be back in there in a moment. And maybe a 0-2-3 on Jinx. Candy Panda not having his best game so far, but it's been a very fast-paced game. It's turned around. It started with a slower lane phase that quickly transitioned into a hyper game.
As soon as they actually started getting down the first turrets from SK's side, they started moving around the map here, forcing Fnatic to react, and that's why we see these small fights, and also we saw the big team fight, of course, in the bottom lane here, which SK won. I believe they picked up 3 kills and only gave up 1 over to Fnatic here. So for SK Gaming side, they need to continue doing what they're doing here, using the utility, high mobility combo they actually have to rotate around the map, force Fnatic to move, and every time Fnatic misses something to engage with, being it Leona ultimate, being it the ultimate from Pekka, then they can stay and poke around, and in case a fight should break out, they can just kite, like we saw them do.
Well, the game back underway here. You're going to see Svensk going diving straight towards Soaz and putting some good damage down on towards him alongside Candy Panda. It will be the top lane turret going down, and Freddy has managed to secure that one. Let me just quickly tell you, of course, what is at risk here. It is the top position they're actually fighting for. Fnatic currently there, 15 wins, 10 losses. SK Gaming, 14 wins, 10 losses. That top spot, or even really the top 2 seedings, will have themselves the bye to the semi-finals, and more importantly, will secure their spot in the summer LCS.
Svensk actually staying around. He actually already used the ultimate, so SK Gaming, they want to fight this one.
Well, the Cullen landed all on Candy Panda. Explosive gas comes out. That's a good bit of damage from SK Gaming. Soaz waiting in the wings. He's really waiting to bide his time. Mega Inferno Bomb being thrown out. Everybody steps away. Why did Soaz not go?
Well, Soaz didn't really feel the rest of the team could actually join in here. That's why he was waiting to see if SK wanted to chase. Then he could jump in from behind onto someone like Candy Panda, but he already backed off here. So he didn't really feel there was a target for him to go for. And also 2 members were very low. Yeah,
he's not actually built tanky items either. He's gone pretty aggressive with his build, so that makes a bit more sense. I was thinking if he's got Sunfire, okay, maybe Randy and Zoma just leap in there. But he hadn't, and that makes sense now. So as instead going for that Blade of the Rune King, and now building up a bit of defense. Whereas Freddy, he went the opposite, went the return route. He went for the big tanky items, and now the damage.
Let's see actually if Fnatic wants to try and split push a little bit with Soaz up in top lane, and then 4 members with Bragas and Lucian pushing down the mid lane. It's very hard for them to actually push anything due to Karma and Ziggs on the side of SK. So they have so much wave clear to just stop them. You can obviously throw the bomb from Ziggs as well to the different lanes to stop the split pushing. And Freddy will be able to hold Soaz up here in the top lane. So it's very hard for both teams actually to set something up here, unless it's going to be around this Baron.
Well, there is a pink ward on Baron. SK Gaming making sure that is covered off and secured. Baron not too happy about Jez has thrown his water balloons around in his little river area. But nevertheless, they're setting up a gank down on bottom lane on Peke.
Peggy didn't spot him, but good pink ward here. He wants Svensk to face check him and then just blow him up.
He realizes around there, and I think he'd have heard the ward going down, probably expected it, would have seen the inventory slot item of that pink ward, and means he has to back away. Yellow Star is going to take himself a little bit of water balloon coverage, but no problems, no leaks in that armor.
And we actually see Peggy not having a large ward yet, so he's going to delay his death cap, which is one of the big items for Gragas, of course. And actually means also if Svensk gonna face check him, I don't think Svensk would have even been close to dying with his own ultimate, with the shield from it, and also Peke not having the death cap.
Well, they're going to try and focus towards Peke, try and focus towards his bottom lane. Svensk running basically as a mobile ward right now for Candy Panda, giving Candy Panda the freedom. Now he spots out the pink ward. Oh, Svensk is going to take that one. Thanks, Salted.
So Svensk was staying around here, hoping Peke would actually engage onto Candy Panda, and then he could join in for the fight, turn around and get the kill. Meanwhile, though, in his top lane, Freddy joined in with SK in mid, so Soaz was just left all alone, despite actually Freddy having teleport.
It's going to be an inner for an inner. There's a teleport from Freddy going down towards that bottom. He's going to secure that defense, which means SK are not going to pull the trigger on the attack here, which I think wisely so. They're unsure right now of who would actually win out in the power fight. Who would you put it down to? Dragon's going to be up in 12 seconds. They both want to fight for this.
Both want to fight for this. Fnatic needs to land the crucial engages. They have to land the ultimate from Yellow Star. Oh, the man drop here. Perfect.
Oh, the man drop. Jez has got out. He's got Zhonya's hourglass, but he doesn't even use it. And Svenskeren, he's going to get focused down. He has to flash out. Cyanide and so low. Explosive cast burst and rated straight back towards him, and he gets dropped. And just like that, 2 members of Fnatic, SK Gaming, picked off by Fnatic.
And Jessis was locked down the entire time. He couldn't use the Sonya Sim because he was stunned up here. And just as we said, Fnatic need to land the ultimate from Yellow Star, followed up by a man drop. What happens? Beautiful timing, stuns up Jessis with the ultimate, man drops into his face, piles onto him and kills him. This is what the Fnatic combo can do, as long as they land these crucial ultimates.
Just like with the Alliance game, we are once again very close in goal. 200 gold between these two teams at the 24-minute mark. And, well, the AD carries are starting to get fed. And that man on your screen, Reckless, 5-0-1, went huge in game 1 on Vayne. This time around on Lucian, seems to be doing the same. Really pulling himself out there, I think, for the All-Star vote right now.
Yeah, he's doing a pretty good commercial for himself. I think that's safe to say, and he deserves it for now because he's playing so well. And every single team fight we have seen, he's actually been just doing what he could do. Come in there, do some damage, back off a little bit, not giving SK the chance to jump onto him. And with the combo from SK, actually, it is going to be hard for him to get to Reckless, and that's why giving him all these kills is very, very good for Fnatic.
Some poke from SK. It's a pink ward fight that Fnatic do not want to lose, but it seems that both of them will lose out in those wards. SK Gaming, 4-man clump, in the mid lane. Candy Panda not with them at the moment. He's going to have to shove that bottom wave in, because that's really the focus they're going for. They're keeping pressure in this mid lane, while that bottom inner turret is going to be the focus.
Basically, the way SK have been playing the map is always having multiple members in the mid lane, pushing it up, and then whenever someone is split pushing, Svenskeren would stay nearby, join in if someone would actually try to gang onto Candy Panda. But they know he's so far behind. That's why they're giving him all this free farm to try and catch up with Reckless, who's now actually completed his last Whisper. So he's very, very far ahead of Candy Panda.
Yeah, he's over 2k gold ahead of Candy Panda right now. So as just tanking out the damage, but that turret will go down. Tries to turn it, puts a good burst on towards Soaz as well. Of course, always had that ultimate available if he needed to pile away from that one. SK Gaming rotate round, and they're actually making a fast push towards the Baron area. Whether they're going to run for that one or they're just going to farm up this mid lane and shove that in.
It's very, very risky for SK to start a Baron here against Grand Skyfall, against the ultimate from Leona, and of course the AoE from Gragas when you're stuck in this Dragon Pit here. So they need to actually try and set up a pick instead, get some vision control around in the area of Fnatic, and wait for some of them to either face check them or just catch them out of position. The issue is, they don't have any hard engage though. They need Evelyn to come in from the side, land her ultimate, and then followed up by someone like Freddy with a good pillar, where on the other side Fnatic can always decide, do we want to fight now? Okay, land your stuff, we go in.
They managed to sweep away a lot of the vision that Fnatic had around that pit, which is why we've seen Fnatic doing the exact same. It's all about vision, these big games at the top level. I mean, skill-wise, generally they are all pretty even. You'll get the odd phenom that comes through, like Reckless in the AD carry role, but overall I would say most of these players are evenly skilled and obviously have all got a lot of experience now on the stage. We are on to the 11th week, of course, in the LCS.
And it's also why so many of the players are saying, win the champ select, and the game is yours unless you make some crucial mistakes. That's what they're all saying. And at champ select, that's why we see teams prepare so much for them. That's why we see them set up these where they target ban a certain player. They think he's the weakest. Okay, we target ban him, so we get ahead in the champ select. So it's so important for them, and I actually believe Fnatic are fairly happy with what they got here. But so the same goes for SK Gaming, because both compositions make a lot of sense.
Well, I mean, you talk about the target bans. SK target bans Cyanide. It's not slowed him down too much.
No, the Pantheon is working pretty well.
It seems to be working pretty well. Them man drops have been crucial so far for Fnatic. So, gold-wise, look at that. Just 200 gold between the two teams still. There's no objectives really to be had, whether they're going to try and push for the turrets. Of course, Fnatic have swept through, managed to get themselves good vision of the Baron. You can see there is still a ward replaying from SK just south of the Baron area where Candy Panda is right now. He's actually going to be the man split pushing off the side. Hello, they've pinged multiple times. I think they're going to get a ping warning if they keep that up anymore, because the ping ward spotted out Svenskeren in that river. Yeah,
he actually walked right past it. He didn't expect it to be warded here, so even though there's so many deep wards from SK, Fnatic have managed to keep some wards in the area of SK to spot it out. And once again, they see Svenskeren do the same thing. Whenever someone is split pushing this bot lane, he's nearby, and it's so scary to actually push out lanes versus something like Evelyn, because you never know if she's going to jump onto you.
power of Jez's is being countered by the power of Peke right now. Of course, Rabbit on Deathcap up against a Zhonya's Hourglass. Let's hope Jez's can get to use it, doesn't get locked down. It was great CC, great crowd control from Fnatic in the last fight. And that's really exactly what they did against Alliance, if you think about it. They just simply managed to land one of those picks and start everything off. Quick cheeky poke from Soaz on Baron there, making the attack on Enrated did back away before taking too much damage.
But again, what we see here on the map is actually SK having their... Or SK has like the control around this area here, but they're not able to do anything with it because Fnatic can just stay nearby, wave clear, move over, put down a ward, wait for the next thing. SK won't be able to jump over the wall here and kill someone if you walk over toward, because there's no LeBlanc like we saw from Fnatic in the first game. All their members actually need to run towards you to get onto you, so they won't be able to set up the same picks as we saw Fnatic do with their pick composition. So Fnatic at the moment can just decide, do we want to continue farming and wave clearing, or do we actually want a team fight where SK just basically don't really know what to do with this composition at the moment. They've been trying to set up kills in the side lanes when they're split pushing with Svenskeren, but Fnatic just never went for it.
Dragon spawning in 5 seconds. We do see, oh, the wave clear coming out, so that's the Zig bomb being used. They would have spotted that one. Dragon's going to get taken down by Fnatic here as well. They have full vision of this one. SK not even close and not even in position to counter or anything. I think they were just simply caught napping here.
That or they didn't actually have the timer on it, so they didn't even expect it to be up. We had 2 members actually recalling when the dragon spawned, and when Fnatic were there with 2 members to take it, so easy pick up for them. Again, the wards from SK have been very deep inside the jungle of Fnatic, so they don't actually see the river as much. Now they do around this Baron area here, because they make sure, of course, they can always see Fnatic moving around. Yellowstar want to clear it out, want to get some vision here from Fnatic, but SK is very close by with at least some members to stop him from clearing everything.
One thing they do see is Soaz continuing to push that bottom lane in once again. Freddy has to come down and deal with it. Soaz being a pain right now, I feel, on that Shyvana. Has got good wave clear, keeps on pushing those waves in. Freddy being very cautious that they don't get caught napping. Has both got teleport, of course, which is why we're seeing this split push duo 4-man fight where nothing really happens as they try and keep that coverage over at the Baron. They're just basically waiting for someone to make a mistake.
Yeah, the reason both these teams decide to not just fully commit to split pushing is, again, Evelynn on one side means if you're split pushing down, you want to engage onto Candy Panda or Freddy. If she's nearby in stealth, she's going to jump you, you're going to lose the fight, you're going to die. Same goes here from Fnatic's side. Source is split pushing, Cyanide can join in with his ultimate. So if you actually try to 1v1 Source, boom, ultimate in from Cyanide, 2v1, Fnatic will win it, and then they can keep waiting with Gragas, with Lucian in the mid lane or in the top lane. So that's why both these teams are feeling very scared when it comes to split pushing and just dancing around this Baron area for a long time now.
Well, we saw the damage that Peke had there. One single barrel shredding off half the health of Jez's. And a little poke on towards Svenskeren, not quite so much on him with that. Magic resist. Svenskeren, oh, he's been caught out here. They're going to go for it. He's caught out by the ping wall, but they're going to try and turn this one back around. Yellowstar's going to be the focus. Svenskeren happy to tank that one up. Now Peke's running for it. He's going to get stunned and slowed up there. Soaz teleports in, but is simply running for his life now as Freddy teleports back in and counters it. It was a pick for SK. What will they do with it?
So now, whoa.
Oh.
yeah. I don't think they're going to do anything.
No, I think that's going to put a halt to the plan, I think, there. I just talked about how much damage Peke had, the explosive cast proving a point there as Svenskeren gets dropped. And now it's a 4-on-4 back in his mid lane. No advantage gain.
No, trading 1-for-1 here, but we did actually see SK what they tried to do. They were waiting for Yellowstar to actually move into the dragon area to clear the wards, and then they could collapse onto him with the high mobility, with the slows. Catch onto him, even though he flashed, didn't do anything, still managed to die. But then, when Peker decides to kill your jungler, you can't really do Baron.
And everybody runs past that ping ward that Fnatic have in the bush. I think N-Rated may well just spot it, but instead he's going to have to use that in a plane. Does manage to take it down. Does he? I think he does. Ooh, let's have a look. They're going to run for this one. Well, the man drop actually was used by Cyanide. I thought it was going to get cancelled, but he did use it, but he didn't get anywhere close to catching Freddy out.
So they just wanted to try and set something up, maybe force a flash away from SK Gaming, which they can then use for the next fight to engage. Because at the moment, every single member from SK, flash is ready. Means if Leona tries to engage on you, you can flash out of it. Man drop, you can get out of it. It makes it hard for Fnatic to actually engage any fights.
Well, both teleports are down right now, which is why we're seeing the top laners staying fairly close to this one. Instead, they're going to keep that farm going, keep that pressure on them. Peke's gone down the bottom, quickly using a single barrel to clear that wave. Doesn't want to get caught out of position, but SK are miles away from this fight. Not even going to get involved. He may as well just keep farming.
He can just keep farming, so we will go for the late game here with these compositions. And it's just a matter of time before SK or Fnatic decides, okay, now we go full in for Baron here, we're gonna start it and we're gonna force the team to actually move around. But because they're so close in gold, because SK wants to fight out in the open, and because Fnatic wants to be the one setting up the fights, it's not really happening at the moment. And nobody wants to tank the Baron and take the debuff from him, or take the extra magic damage from him when there's a Ziggs and a Gragas to just throw things into and in the Dragon Pit, Baron Pit.
Well, actually landing the rubber ducky. Explosive pack, as you'd like to call it, or
you like to call it.
It's a rubber ducky, that's what it is when it's on Pool Party. Oh, Yellowstar, he's got close to getting caught out a few times now. Inner Flame will catch and slow down on towards him, but he is simply running as bait. Zenith Flame miles wide there. Instead, Svenskeren going to get caught up, locked up, has to flash out of this one, has to use their ultimate. We're going to see the man drop coming in. Yellowstar is going to get taken down. We do see Soaz and Cyanide going deep. They've caught Candy Panda out, but the rest of the team collapsing back around him. Cyanide's getting taken very low. He gets dropped by the rocket coming out from Candy Panda, and now the getting sight will force him to chase. Reckless, meanwhile, he's having nothing to do with this fight. Peke getting rolling them barrels in, doing good damage, catching all 4 members of SK, and again, no advantage gained by either team because both junglers went down, no smite available.
But you did see anyway, the SK team fight. Now Peke being caught out.
Peke caught out, Pillar of Ice going to be enough. The zap does catch on towards him. He's going to get slowed down. The flash comes out from Candy Panda. And now Reckless. Pillar of Ice will be back up in a moment. It's going to keep on chasing this one. Reckless dashes away.
Should be able to get away here. Candy Panda chasing.
Oh, he got the slow. He got the slow on him. That's enough. They get excited. He's going to turn it around. But look at the damage from Reckless. He manages to take. Oh! If it wasn't for Jesus coming in there, Candy Panda would have been a dead man. But they've managed to delay long enough that the junglers will be up in a second, and this is a dangerous fight for SK.
No Grand Skyfall onto Sana, so he needs to run all the way down, but there's 2 members from Fnatic here. Ultimate on Source, he can jump in. They need to try and stop and delay this one.
SK Gaming are all low. Remember, Soaz is actually pretty damaging. He's got that Blade of the Rune King. He might try and jump on towards, say, Candy Panda or something. Instead, Svenskeren is going to come around now. Jesus has to run for it. The Mega Inferno Bomb's not going to land, but the rocket did, and that forces him away.
No flash.
Cyanide, he's no flash. He can't get involved. He's going to be the Baron for SK Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. A fantastic turnaround. There's the Skyfall. He's going to come in. That's a mistake. He's a dead man. That's no problem about that. Jesus claims the kill.
So, SK Gaming really showing in the start of all this how they like to teamfight with this composition, how they always want to kite around back here, gets the first kill, pop the passive on to Jinx, and then you just continue running around. And Fnatic tried to actually go into multiple members, but SK just managed to always move back a little bit, get a few kills here, and then the chasing potential as they actually Peke face checked into Freddy here, pill onto his face, they come in, get the kill onto him, and then with this high mobility, high speed up combo, they actually catch on to Reckless as well.
And you saw how strong Reckless actually was there, almost taking down Candy Panda despite the fact Freddy was putting damage back on towards him, and instead didn't have the support, didn't have the backup of that team. Svenskeren is going to look around and see the Dragon was taken already, but SK with the Baron. Let's see what they take from this one. There is, of course, the one inner turret remaining in that top lane. Not really a wave pushed in there. It's actually the mid lane where they're focusing right now.
And we still have to remember, Fnatic, very, very good wave clear. Gragas, you see him here, clearing the waves to the barrel. And of course with Lucian, so for SK just pushing up a wave 5 members is not going to work because they're just going to clear it out. They're going to force then SK to actually dive onto them. Unless we see SK spreading out on getting multiple lanes pushed up, we actually see Candy Panda down the bot lane. He wants to get it rolling here while the rest of them are waiting, hoping Fnatic wants to move down here to stop it and then catch someone out.
Yeah, trying to make a pick off the sides, not going to work out it seems. Peke sweeping out and taking away those wards. SK have denied vision in the jungle areas, so that's why Svenskeren, you can see him laying in wait, laying in prey, hoping someone will make that passage. Instead of that slight speed route, just going around instead of going through your own base. It's a mistake that so many players do make. This time around, I don't think they're going to fall for it. They know that Peke is in the mid though. Reckless caught out nicely. Big poke there coming out. The rocket not quite enough, but Candy Panda gets the kill nonetheless. They do manage to get Cyanide down as well. SK Gaming looking very strong in this one. Peke tries to come around the side, but he's not in the right place. Yellowstar going to get caught out. The Ignite, is he going to get the burn down? Doesn't matter. Ziggs gets the bomb in there instead, and Jesus gets his 10th kill of the game. They're going to get the inhibitor. It may be the game.
While Candy Panda had a bad start, he's definitely delivering now. Getting the kill onto Reckless here. Simply making SK push on to the base.
SK Gaming pushing on through here. The Nexus turrets are going to get tanked up. They're going to get taken down. The minions are with them. The Karma speed buff is there. The explosive cast being used, but nothing can stop SK piling on through this base and taking top spot for their own. SK Gaming take down Fnatic in the final El Clasico of the season.
And such a close game. Both teams are raiding around the Baron for over 10 minutes. Nothing happened. Then one team fight breaks out. SK Gaming pulls ahead, gets some kills, and then once the fight is actually over and we're saying everyone is gonna back off now, Peke decides to chase it. Freddy gets onto him, he's dead. Chase onto Reckless, he's dead. Then you get the Baron, and then we see down here, Reckless tried to wave clear. He got hit once, twice by Candy Panda. Drop low, Rocket was ultimate from Ziggs. He was dead, and SK Gaming could just dive onto the remaining members.
Fantastic performance. So, Fnatic, they are at 15-11 right now. SK Gaming 15-10, currently topping the table as we move through this Super Week. 3 games down, another 13 to go. It's going to be a long, long week.